going to now commune. No. Stop it.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I missed you all so
yeah,
much.
hey, welcome. Welcome to Twitch. Iconic production here on Twitch. Rachel just thought that maybe, as a group, everyone should maybe get together and maybe hope Cthulhu doesn't return. Because that will work.
Totally.
Right? It totally will.
It's as valid as any of our other plans.
Absolutely true. Hi. Welcome to Iconic Production here on Twitch, where apparently we're just going to hope really hard that Cthulhu doesn't return. But this is our Call of Cthulhu night. So whatever that means. I'm Becca. I am the keeper of the arcane lore.
Last call of Cthulhu.
Dropped Call of Cthulhu.
Dropped call.
Yeah. Again, cats. We went over this last week.
Yeah.
It's fine. So yeah, I theoretically run this game. That's a joke. And these are my players. But more than that, we cannot do anything on this channel without JD, our amazing producer, and Phantom of Truth helping us out with Crank Calling Call of Cthulhu. Yeah. He's our moderator there on Twitch. So tonight you will see we have a full party. It's been a few weeks since we've had a completely full party. That means
Someone's gonna die.
someone can die. Or whatever.
That's cool.
It'll be me. I'm going insane.
Yes, sanity is rapidly dwindling. So, once again, to remind everybody, we have Lee playing Dr. Nellie Newton. We have Chris playing Ricky the Barber. We have Paul playing Mason Watts. Rachel playing Charlie Johnson. And Jenny playing Gertrude Bretz. Our gaggle of investigators? Was it like an antagonized murder of investigators or something?
Aggravated murder.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that. Sounds appropriate. People keep dying anywhere they go. It's not their fault.
No.
They just happen to
Hey,
be
we
in the
saved
wrong
Happy accident.
place at the wrong happy accidents.
Happy.
You did say you saved a couple
We
people.
saved a couple people.
So you are doing someone's work.
Like vampires work?
Sure. Speaking of vampires,
Basically, so.
I feel like there needs to be a quick recap of what's been happening. So the group is looking for the Sedefkar Simulacrum, and if you go back to any of the our first few episodes of this game, you will notice that I cannot say those words. It only took 6 months, and look at me now.
got there.
I know, right? So yes, the Sedefkar Simulacrum, it's broken into pieces. You got right legs, you got left legs, you got right arms, you got left arms. You put it on, shake it a little bit. You got torsos and heads, and scrolls. And the idea is the group needs to find all these pieces, put them together, and destroy them. However, they have garnered the attention of a vampire, Count Fenelink. He's harmless. He's just infatuated with Dr. Nellie Newton.
His little chicken.
His petite poon. Yes, his little chicken.
It's great. It's great.
It is great, and this is what happens when when a keeper of the arcane lore needs a sweet little nothing to whisper in someone's ear, and that's what comes out. But he might have also been saving them and protecting them from some of the other more nefarious, if there are more nefarious, groups and people out on the streets. They've encountered the Duke of Lasan.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Just
They have encountered the Brothers of the Skin.
Also nice guys.
Great guys, really.
Great skin. They use a lot of moisturizer.
Or, they
Blood.
leave it super dried out with, chillingly haunted messages written on them in blood. Whatever.
It's really fun.
I mean,
It's totally fine. And now, after traveling through France and Italy, we are in Trieste on the border of Italy, where there appears to be a very strong wind, some sketchy caves about 3 miles out, and a lot of telegrams going around with some odd Turkish businessmen following the investigators as they get ever closer to uncovering the true secrets of the Stefkar Simulacrum. Hey guys, I'm in a great mood tonight. So, you were told that you need to look up Johann Winkelmann. Charlie also got a telegram telling her to go find Winkelmann, and she had left the party as soon as you guys arrived in Trist.
It's fine.
You guys thought it was totally fine. You dropped your luggage off at
Central.
Hotel Central, because knowing that there are Turkish businessmen at the Hotel de la Ville made the group a little nervous. And then you guys went and began investigating. And Nellie remembered that Winkelmann is a famous person in that he's considered the father of archaeology. And you guys managed to uncover his grave at the museum. It was in the middle of a garden in a small Roman temple. And Ricky's Eagle Eyes was doing all the spotting last week. And he noticed a spot of blood. He, Mason, and Gertrude followed the blood trail around the temple. And that's where we left off. Seeing a body there on the ground.
He's up front.
Ricky, you're up front.
I'm not there. I'm being a lookout.
You start approaching this
The
body.
other side.
It is face down. And it's smaller than Larry.
That's too bad.
Probably not Larry.
Darn it.
And there seems to be blood soaking through the jacket on their back.
I would feel for a pulse first.
Okay, the body is warm. There is a pulse.
And
Okay. And any apparent wounds on the outside?
Possibly something on the back, underneath the jacket.
Okay. I roll the body over.
It's Charlie. Because yes, we had to get Charlie back right away. It is Charlie.
Oh.
She is breathing. She is cold. Like, the body is warm, but she feels cold because she's been out in this wind. She's alive.
how bloody? Or is,
It's kind
there
of
a
hard to
wound?
say out here in the garden. I mean, you can take off her jacket.
Is
We should
she
take her
awake at all? Can we wake her up?
Yes.
That's what I would try.
You are able to wake her up.
Slap.
Yes, apparently.
Thanks.
We
Mason,
care.
stop. Why are you slapping her?
He's still recovering from insanity.
There you go.
Nelly,
You
you are
okay?
outside with us, right?
No, I'm not.
No, you're with
I'm-
the curator still.
I'm being a lookout, so
Okay.
I'm further away. Looking out. Do I see anything yet?
I'll roll a spot hidden check.
No. Okay.
we should get her inside.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever.
First and help.
That says 52. I'll bet you I'm a fail. Oh yeah, I failed.
Okay.
I don't see it. I'm just.
No, but you
quiet
hear
guy.
something rustling
Oh.
nearby.
Is it
Okay, so
It's a
a
chicken.
lizard or a gecko by
let's
chance?
get her
Do
inside.
you want to just bring her in the temple and I can try to see how bad it is? I'm
Yeah.
actually pretty good at first aid.
Let's do
I
that.
also think I'm pretty good at first aid.
If I go into the temple, I'll be able to know because that's kind of.
That's where you're standing, yeah.
Okay.
So the
Oh yeah, I'm solid at
your
first aid.
group brings Charlie back around
Mhm.
into the temple where Nellie has been waiting. You gently set Charlie down. Charlie, you're awake.
I'm gonna say probably Gertrude and I are gonna start looking
Yeah.
for wounds and
Your
start helping her out.
back hurts.
What happened, Charlie?
Do I know what happened?
Roll a intelligence check. This is what I need my.
Fake it till you make it, man.
Roll a not dying check.
Roll a not dying check.
While she thinks about it, I'm gonna gently pull her jacket back.
Okay. How'd you do?
Intelligence?
Yes.
I got a success.
Okay, just a success.
Just a regular success.
You remember some things. You remember looking for Johann Winkelmann. You remember asking a very nice shop owner who gave you a delicious hot chocolate this morning.
That's all that really matters.
I figured it had like cinnamon sprinkled on top, like
Sounds
maybe a
so
little
good.
nutmeg mixed into it. Like it was amazing. Whatever it was, you want more. And you remember bumping into somebody. You remember them. You remember someone doing something to your back. And that's really all it was, because that was painful. Like, not as pain, it was more painful than it is now.
Like something as in like stabbing me, or something as in like somebody
Well, as
performed
Gertrude
surgery?
is able to pull back, she sees there is a strip of skin that has been removed from your right shoulder blade.
Ew.
Oh no.
Nice.
About 2 inches wide and about 4 inches long.
Is it like rectangular or
More or less.
like
Yeah.
purposefully done?
Very purposefully done.
Okay.
I
Charlie,
mean-
just try to breathe deep. Okay, dear. You've been skinned a little bit.
You've
I
been
wonder if
skinned.
Skinned ever so slightly.
Totally flesh wound.
Charlie, as they tell you that you have been skinned, you remember the act, and it's rather traumatizing. And while you can't remember exactly where it happened, you do remember some of the faces and some of the things that were chanted as it was happening. And because I rolled really well, you gain 7% in Cthulhu Mythos for Brothers of the Skin, and you also lose 7 sanity points.
Dang it.
You have sanity to lose.
You're right, I know.
But
just like
man,
being more sane
7
than
Cthulhu Mythos
everybody
is
else.
pretty nice.
It is pretty nice.
It's more than I have already.
Is she bleeding still?
Yes,
Okay.
she is still bleeding. That it happened, and so
Stop that.
if you're gonna do first, so someone can do first aid. Someone can help.
Yeah.
If you have someone help you, you can have a bonus die.
Why don't we let Mason
Yeah.
roll with the bonus die, because he usually rolls better than I do.
35, which is almost half. So I think it's a regular success.
Okay.
Yep, regular success.
All right. You're able to stop the bleeding. Charlie, you don't take any hit points from this. Ricky goes back out. He finds your crowbar.
Nice. Thank you.
He figured you wanted it.
Is there anything else in the snow that I can tell?
Anything else in the snow? Tell me how your investigator could pick up other information.
Well, since it is snowy, I know it's windy, but I would try to see if there are other footprints around. I would try to see if there's any more blood in another direction, because we followed it one direction to where she was at. So presumably whoever did this went back the way that we came out. Probably look through the bushes to see if there was any tools or anything else left behind.
Go ahead and roll a spot hidden.
Do I have anything in my pockets or anything like that I might have picked up? Like, you know, I don't know, on my way to being skinned?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Success.
Success.
Normal.
Normal success. You do see footprints. It looked like maybe 3 people had carried her in, and they have left.
Buggered off somewhere.
Buggered off.
So we saw that mural on the side of the building. Would, after seeing her having lost some skin, does it make the mural make any more sense?
No, what you do realize is if the Brothers of the Skin are one cult, once upon a time there was another cult worshipping whatever this reptilian creatures would be.
I will, as I'm trying to help Mason apply pressure and everything to get the bleeding to stop, I'll just rattle off a few phrases in Arabic to see if that matches the language of whatever Charlie heard chanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does.
I'll describe the Turkish businessman that I saw yesterday, or no, this morning? Yesterday?
Yes, you guys have slept
Yeah,
one night,
okay.
so
Yesterday
So
at
it's the
station.
25th.
it is. Yes, right? Well, I'm double checking this. This is why I write down what day it is. It is. No, it's the 24th, Wednesday morning. You guys arrived
Oh, it's
January
Wednesday.
23rd.
That's right.
Got to the hotel. It is the 24th. So you've been gone
1917?
again 24 hours.
23.
1920. Why did I say 7? No.
It's okay.
And I'll describe the Turkish gentleman.
Steve Rogers.
It sounds familiar.
1918.
Sounds familiar, as in like vaguely.
MCU wise.
Colty?
Like the way she describes them, you're like, yeah, that's what they looked like.
But is that how everybody looks?
Basically.
Sure. So you're fairly certain they were probably Turkish.
Okay, cool.
How's your sleight of hand?
Not good.
Okay.
Sadly.
Sadly, you did not manage to get anything off of them.
Okay.
Okay. It is afternoon. What would you guys like to do?
We should take Charlie back to the hotel and get some food into her.
I would want to
Shut the letter.
see if I can investigate more while we're there to see if there's any other evidence.
I'd hang out with him.
Wait, this is
Probably
the
do about same.
afternoon? How is there not anybody just traveling through the museum with us?
Oh, there are plenty of people in the museum. You guys are out in the garden.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm.
Can I see the map?
Like, where does... If the blood trail originated with her, then where would it go?
It goes back to a small door on the far side of the garden that enters back into the museum.
Does it keep going through the museum?
Who's following it, and who's taking Charlie back to the hotel?
I'm
Sad.
following you.
Charlie's like, let's go, guys.
No. You need a nice cup of tea and maybe a hot poultice.
I mean, I'd go for that, but also blood trail.
We can let the boys do this, dear. Okay.
I actually thought I was going to stay too.
You can stay whatever. I'm
Okay.
taking
No.
I will take Charlie back to the hotel. I will keep a
Great.
sharp eye out.
All right, so Gertrude and Charlie head back to the hotel. Nellie,
Nothing ever good happens when we're together, though. So.
Ricky, and Mason all continue to follow the trail. And there's less blood now. However, you've gotten kind of a good sense of boot size and prints. They were walking outside in the garden. They are leaving mud through the museum. So you're able to follow what you suspect to be the trail. All right. So you guys move through the museum, able to follow this mud trail, trying to catch up, kind of darting around. Because yeah, now there are more people in this museum. Not tons. It's not tourist season, but there are some. And any who are in here seem to be staying away from doors and the strong wind that has been felt at Trist. Are you guys just walking? How are you guys going about in your chase?
I'd say Nellie is probably not like aggressively on Ricky's person. She's kind of like,
Are you staring at things?
yeah, she's like, hands in pockets, looking at exhibits, but kind of, looking to him, and then might move over one more as he moves further, look at the exhibit, kind of stuff like that.
Okay, so Nellie's trying to be somewhat
Sneaky.
inconspicuous.
Yeah, there we go.
I was thinking I would probably be more trying to because I know both of these two are already looking and trying to follow these trails and stuff like that. So I would be just scanning the exhibits, trying to see if there was anything else that we could glean from this area before we kind of ran off.
Okay, so you're looking at the museum. All right, and Ricky, you just following the footsteps? Are you trying to be sneaky?
I mean, I am trying to do it in a a sneaky fashion to not make it quite so apparent that I'm looking at the footprints, but I'm still having to stick by them, and so there's going to be an element of sticking out.
Well, why don't you guys, those who are trying to be inconspicuous, roll stealth. I mean, if you want to try to do a library use while you're here in the museum and looking at things.
I already did a library use. What was the other one that you said? History?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, I don't think it was history. You gave us other options last time. Maybe it was spot hidden.
Okay.
Yeah, it was spot hidden.
Spot hidden if you're looking for, something that's hidden or obscured with looking
I
at...
guess with my understanding of, like, Cthulhu stuff, I'd be looking for something related to, like, the Skinless One or the Count, because I've already seen a picture of what I think the Count is supposed to look like. Things of that sort of nature, or anything sort of related to the Sedefikar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a Cthulhu Mythos.
Well, that's not what I wanted to roll.
You got way too specific, buddy.
Oh, you're so close. Can
Or
you
no,
use
push
luck?
it. Use luck. Go ahead.
You're
use the
so
luck.
close. You're never gonna get that, so you should do it.
You're never gonna get it.
So I would have to use 6 luck on that, though. That is a lot of luck.
It's only 6.
Hey. Depends. Is it good?
How good of a thing are you gonna give me?
You can't
I'll roll
know
the dice
until
on
you
that.
know.
Tell me. Tell me what I want to
I can
know.
tell you.
Roll for your tomatoes. See what.
What you want, what you really, really want.
Oh boy. What are you tomato rolling here?
I'm not doing it.
You're
Anything
not?
5 or less, I do it.
Okay.
But that was a 20, so
I feel like you should do it because it was a 20.
Yeah, it was a 20, man.
yeah, on my dice that rolls like super low every time.
Yeah.
Anyways, I am not going to use my luck on that,
Okay.
even though I really, really want to.
Okay. You don't see anything about Fenalik or the Skinless Ones or the Sedefikar.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was successful in being stealthy.
Success in being stealthy. Were you success in being stealthy?
I was.
Ooh.
I missed the Skinless Ones. I missed it. Was that when? Are those the people who skinned her?
Brothers of the... Okay.
The brotherhood of the skin.
Yeah, what do you guys know about the Brothers of the Skin?
They're also the
Okay,
ones
but
that
that was the thing that when we were in Dreamland, that was the skin statue.
Yeah, the skin statue, and also, like, the scrolls are written on skin. And
we also know about, well,
the
we
guy
don't
that
necessarily
shot
know about
himself.
the statues, but we've seen the statues.
No, you know about the statues. Like,
And I
Ricky and I got them together.
And I believe they
Yeah.
were responsible for taking Katarina's voice
Yeah.
box and messing in those shenanigans. Remember the old guy that had her voice?
And then the guy that shot his,
Arturo.
blew his
Right?
brains out in his office while we
Yeah.
were there. He
Is
was-
this all accurate?
Flavio
Accurately
Conti.
related
Yeah,
to
He's the
the
guy
that's
who
his
Okay, cool.
killed himself.
I mean, Charlie, if you were there listening to this conversation and you guys were having this whole conversation together in a hotel room, say somewhere, you'd be able to say that you are quite confident that the Brothers of the Skin do worship the Skinless One. And maybe they make offerings of skin to this one.
So am I now gonna be like connected to the skin statue?
That is an excellent question.
Cool.
Can she roll Cthulhu Mythos to find out,
She can roll Cthulhu
Stop.
Mythos to find out.
please?
All
No
right.
skin off my back.
Wow.
Oh, I got awkward real fast.
I feel like somebody had to make that joke at some point, so I appreciate
That
it.
was the first moment I thought of it,
It was
honestly.
good, it was so
And
good.
just
I love
erupted
Oh my
out.
goodness. Cool. All right. Well, so
Alright, sorry.
Nellie and Ricky,
Yeah.
you are able to very casually and very inconspicuously follow these footsteps. And as you get to the exit of the museum, and you see Charlie and Gertrude like heading down the street because they left before you and they weren't trying to take a circuitous route. You do see 2 gentlemen casually sitting at a cafe across the way, holding up newspapers. However, as you watch the newspapers kind of dip, they straighten it, and they go back to reading the exact same page. And as you scan, Ricky, you see a third Turkish businessman round the corner to your right.
Okay.
You are fairly certain, Ricky, that you and Nellie have not been spotted by the men at the cafe.
Is there a good, sorry, forgetting how to spell approaching while I was trying to write and like ask things at the same time. We see them sitting in a cafe. Would we have a good vantage point to blend in with people, so to speak, out front of the museum and still be able to watch them?
Yes.
Do we happen to have newspapers, or can we find some?
I like reading
Yes,
the newspaper,
Mason
so I would know
has
exactly
this
where to
uncanny
look.
ability to just find a newspaper.
Great.
It's
It's a
amazing.
skill, really.
However, as Mason kind of walks up to the door, like you and Nellie have stepped outside and kind of stepped to the side, you're aware that Mason is following behind you.
Mm-hmm.
You are fairly certain that the gentlemen haven't spotted you yet. And however, as Mason walks up to the door, you notice the gentleman's eyes snap up to him. They have seen him
Mm-hmm.
and mark him as one of you.
It's one of us.
Yeah, one of the investigators.
So we can.
The Turkish.
Can we say that we have newspapers and they don't see us or something?
You and
Maybe
Nellie
we
can
don't.
still kind of blend in a little bit
Okay.
right here at the entrance. Unless, Mason goes over and talks to you.
I didn't roll stealth.
Yeah, he didn't do that. Okay.
If
There's people around, that kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would keep my back turned towards the Turks and try to put my head down so it doesn't look like I'm talking to Mason. But Mason, don't look at me.
Mason immediately.
Don't look this way, but listen.
as soon as you would have said something, I would have like started to look at you and then been like, Very
Sorry.
inconspicuous.
The Turks are across the way. Go lead them away from us. We'll tail them. Go back to the hotel.
Okay. I wouldn't say okay. I would just sort of
Do it.
turn and start walking.
Okay, so you're walking to the hotel.
Yeah, let's just keep splitting the group more and more.
But
you're walking
we're-
the same
we're
direction.
following.
also going.
But
Yeah.
You're tailing the
Yeah, we're
Turks.
tailing,
if the
and then you're
Turks
you're kind of tailing
follow
now.
us.
We're,
Yeah.
we're
Did I happen to see where the third person went?
You did not.
Did I?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, just Ricky. Sorry.
Oh.
Ricky's the only one who'd done a spot hidden to follow.
Okay. So
I'm sure I failed.
guess-
That was the wrong dice.
we don't roll a d12.
62.
Well, 52 didn't work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
go ahead and start walking back, but I would probably do so casually in that I would grab a newspaper and start reading it because that's what I do.
That is what you do.
Um,
Well, unfortunately, the wind is so strong that you cannot read it while you are walking.
Just holding it like in front of me like this.
I mean, yeah.
Shield from the wind.
Right.
Speaking of, Treese has this great thing where apparently there's all these chains kind of linked from light post to light post about hip height, which is good because all of you guys need to make a strength roll to see if the wind knocks you down.
Me, us. Are we
If
outside?
you're outside,
Are we outside?
you are.
We
You're
are.
Yeah, we are.
me.
Solid.
I
Oh,
got
I'm
a hard
sure I
success.
can't. I'm sure I failed.
70.
Push it.
Reroll.
Is that push it?
Yeah, if you fail, now it'll be a fumble and something awful will happen.
I'm gonna spend.
I succeeded, so we're good.
I'm gonna spend 2 luck points to make it successful.
Or just like re-roll it.
There's just like this moment where I have to like, you're like, something awful will happen. I'm just like, and Nellie dies. Like, let go of her.
And
Nelly
let it
died.
go.
Let go
Alright,
of her.
success.
Failure.
Aw, sad. I got a hard success. Does that make a difference?
That's good, because that means you don't get pulled down too. Gertrude's trying to help you. walk down the street. You're a little wobbly. Blood loss does that to you. Also, like, it hurts. You really can't focus on anything else. However, when the wind comes and kind of pushes you along, it kind of helps you cross the street quickly, and Gertrude trips on the far side.
Cool.
But she gets back up, and as you get back up, you see Mason's behind you, a good 2 blocks away.
Okay. Do I see any of the Turkish persuasion gentlemen following us?
Are you looking for them?
Yes, I am. That's one of the things I was
She's
saying
paranoid.
before we split.
Okay.
No.
No, you do not.
Okay.
So now that I know the Turkish people are following me, do I like know where all of them are?
You know where 2 of them are.
Are they following me?
They are.
Okay.
Just
3
like-
against 2?
Could just about face.
I am not in
No.
the right.
Not you
Condition
two.
to-
That's why I was
He's
saying,
talking about
that's
us.
why I was
Okay,
conveying
cool.
to him, like,
We all have guns.
you go ahead.
I also have a gun.
Oh, do I still? Oh my god.
Yeah, you. No? Just a crowbar.
Did you have a crowbar?
It's okay.
You're welcome.
It's been useful before.
Your trusty crowbar.
Good old
Yeah.
crowbar.
I guess I'm going back to the hotel still.
I mean, they already know that's where we're staying. So.
Yeah.
Also, do we have a general idea as to where we need to go next?
You probably need to discuss that
Well, we were gonna go see the caves. Remember?
Oh, right. We should go see those now before it gets dark.
now.
Not now.
Oh.
Now.
No,
Rendezvous at the hotel.
we're probably gonna have to wait a day
Yeah.
because
We gotta let
she's
Charlie
like
recuperate.
legitimately like blood lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
The body can, produce more. It just takes more than 5 minutes.
Dang
She's
it.
also not 13th age where she can't spend to recover.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say someone should just do some voodoo magic with.
I've
the
lost, like, all my
limbs that
magic.
We have the torso.
Oh
That's
yeah.
not a
That's
good idea. Can we
gotta
not?
go.
Do I have to stay in
Totally
this? Because
Yes, you do.
it's cool. We're not doing that.
Let's go back to the foot race, chase, walk.
All right.
Slow chase.
Slow, casual chase. So Gertrude and Charlie are in the lead, with Mason about 2 blocks behind them. The Turkish gentlemen are about a block behind him, and you 2 are following.
You said we saw the 3rd guy. Where did he go?
He had gone like to the right and around the corner. You guys go left for your hotel.
So did he seem like he talked with the other 2 or was going to walk
didn't.
towards them? But he's out of sight now.
Yeah.
Lost cause.
I mean, you can go that way, but it's away from your hotel.
I think I'd nudge Nelly like, okay, let's go. Let's follow these 2 when they think they aren't being followed but are being sneaky and following them.
We just
Do you
got a
follow?
little train going.
Lily's pretty quick. I think she follows.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a feeling Nelly
Yeah.
like rolls her eyes and she's like, following, follows. So yeah, you guys follow. You 2 get to the hotel. You go to your room. You guys open the door to the ladies' room. And there, the 3 pieces that you guys have acquired, the left leg, the torso, and the left arm, are laid out in Charlie's bed.
Which, by the way, they were polished.
Yes, they're
Last
very
time we learned
polished.
that
They're
they
very
were,
shiny.
Somebody polished them without us knowing.
When you say laying out on the bed,
Yeah.
is it like we put them on the bed or like someone has moved them into
Pretty
the
sure
bed?
you guys didn't, almost assemble them on a bed. Pretty sure you guys left them in like your luggage, hidden.
We should keep them separated.
No.
Separated, one on the
You-
train.
One on the
No,
train.
no.
Kitties
Then
will
we're
take
gonna
care
lose
of
Also, see a left arm, about elbow down, withered, dried out, completely devoid of blood.
Great, now he's
I
bringing
do
us
have
gifts.
both my arms, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just
Hey,
checking.
how's it going?
I think
So,
we would have noticed
Hold on.
that.
So there's just
Yeah,
like some
but-
random person's arm drained of blood on the bed.
I mean, next to the simulacrum pieces, yes.
Okay. I one spider away from a panic attack.
There's no spiders.
Okay.
Goodness.
If you guys just stand there, in a couple minutes,
No,
Mason
I go
enters.
in, I push Charlie in and slam the door.
Okay.
I would like to go to the arm and investigate and not touch it. I
Okay.
don't want to touch it yet.
Like I said, it's a left arm. It is completely drained of blood. It looks like it was ripped. Like there's no like nice cut marks.
Okay.
Oh.
It's jagged,
Okay.
splintered a little.
How
Is
does
there
she
any-
feel about that?
Is there any like identifying feature, like a tattoo,
I mean, there-
a ring,
There
painted
is
fingernails?
there is something you think it's probably a tattoo. However, the skin is pretty dark, and with the draining of blood, it's a little hard to make out. But you kind of get the sense that it's, I mean, maybe it's like a stick person body, like somebody drew a stick person.
Oh my gosh. Rookcat just said ripped. Holy gods, it was a bodybuilder. Nice.
That's a good one.
I like quietly snort
Thanks,
laughed
Rook.
over here.
Does it look like a male hand, female hand? Like how
Male
big is
hand.
Okay.
Probably.
Does it look like is it actually a tattoo or was it drawn on?
How close are you getting to this hand?
Is it gonna hold your hand?
I don't know. I was
You
gonna
can
say close
probably
enough
get
for
close.
it to grab me.
Crowbar?
Crowbar.
Hook it with a stick.
Can I tell if there's like?
All
So
the
it's like
jokes.
mummified. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. It's drained of fluids.
Sorry.
Okay. Can I tell how like old it is or anything?
Sure, roll an anthropology check.
I'm not there. How much do you have in anthropology? 0?
Oh.
Roll. Use
Use
3
luck.
luck. Use 3
Use
luck.
3 luck.
You'll get a check
That's
mark.
so
I'm
worth
gonna
it.
do I get a check mark?
You do.
Yes,
Yeah.
look.
It's success.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
What?
That's amazing.
All right. As you are looking at it, and you're looking kind of at the ends that were ripped. Yeah, you put check mark, right?
Check mark.
Nelly is like
Anthropology.
rubbing off on
So
you.
stoked.
Yeah, Nelly would be
Giant
super
check.
proud of you.
Yeah.
So you realize that you have some pretty hands-on
Bananas.
knowledge of, the freshness of hands. This is not mummified like you've seen in the museums. It is not old and ancient, dusty looking. It really does look like this is a fresh hand that has been drained of blood.
Okay.
And as you kind of like move it with a crowbar, you see on the inside 2 pricks.
Cool.
Do they have names?
Yes.
Oh, they're not tattoos. So there were tattoos, pricks. 2 wise guys.
I know, I'm with you. Don't worry.
Just
I'm
I
rolling.
was looking for a groan on that one. real quick.
I'm sorry, the blank stare was not enough.
Okay, so now that I'm like manhandling this hand,
All the puns!
can I tell if it's like a real tattoo or if it was drawn? If there's anything else?
It is probably a real tattoo. Mason. The door to the girls' room is shut.
I would knock and then maybe like slightly open the door, make sure everyone's like good to go.
Got it, the door. It's you, Mason. Okay, come on in.
Yeah. So I would go inside.
So you do get the muzzle of a gun like right there.
Don't shoot.
Yeah, I'll walk in. I assume I will see everything laying on the bed.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
what is that?
And you see Charlie is holding a hand.
Well, she didn't pick it up, right? You didn't pick it up.
Why are you poking that with a crowbar?
It's fine.
Also, what do we do with that now?
As Mason goes into the hotel, the Turkish gentleman kind of turned to the side street. There's cafes everywhere. Find another one, have a seat, order coffee, and look like they are ready to just wait.
Huh.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Sitting with him?
No.
You're
Then
not
no.
thinking.
Then no! I believe so, Ricky. We are not thinking the same thing. But do you want to do that? He's just right there. You and I both have guns, and it would be funny.
So to clarify, I mean, we sneak up behind them, then hold them at gunpoint,
No.
and then take them back to our hotel room.
No, I was more so thinking that we would sit down, you would immediately put the gun under, and, I mean, or not, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that you should be like, oh, hey, I have a gun, but like, you know, you're like...
You want to sit down and talk with them here and threaten them? Because we can do that.
I don't want them to be threatened, I just want to know what's going on. Why are you following us?
You get a tap on your shoulder, Nellie.
Oh, good, what is it?
You turn around and there is a man, stooped, got some crazy eyes, wild, bushy beard, long, matted hair. You're surprised the smell didn't hit you right away.
Oh.
And kind of broken fingernails, dirty, and he says, "No, don't! They take your skin." Yeah, he's got the wow.
She'll just go like,
Yes.
How do you know?
I'm.
why don't we go into this not actual alley, but area where they're not in, like, viewing distance?
Yeah, like the edge of an alleyway so that I can still look around and kind of keep an eye on
Yes,
them.
we're not,
but we
like,
can talk to
away,
our
but we're just a little more speaking distance.
So you kind of gently push him into an alley, and he's just like,
Not, like, into the alley, but,
Well-
like, you know, here's two buildings, and then there's kind of the alley in between. We're really just kind of, like, in that central area.
and he seems to be like focusing just really hard, and he's just kind of like, cults are always the same. They
Yes, it's generally a leader who's brainwashing the rest of them.
they want things, and I.
Question: would she recognize him as a person who potentially should have died a long time ago?
Like a ghost.
No, like
Or,
the guy, whatever his name is.
Johann Winkleman?
Yeah, Winkleman.
It's not Winkleman.
No.
It's not Johann.
Hey, you never
Or
know.
wait, it is.
I mean, that's fair.
Does
That's
he
totally
have
fair. Keep an open mind.
arms by any chance?
He does have
Okay,
two
cool.
arms.
Just checking.
I think we would have looked for that too, just given the whole propensity for people losing limbs and things. Anyways,
Fair enough.
Ricky would,
He kind of like looks at you and goes, just stay away, and like turns and walks down. Now the alley that you chose, was it a dead end or is it a?
it doesn't matter.
It
We're
doesn't
just
matter.
we're at the mouth, so we
Right.
can still keep an eye on them, but maybe
Right.
not draw
And
attention.
he turns and like starts to walk away.
No. She's gonna chase after him and be like, no, wait, I have questions for you.
Not now. I will.
Will you come back
Yes,
here this-
tomorrow.
Alright, how about you come back for the evening and I will treat you to dinner?
I like food.
Okay, we'll get you a lot of food.
Okay, just don't. They take your skin.
I will not
and-
speak to them.
And don't go to the caves. They take your
Mine?
mind.
Is that what happened to you?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's probably perfect.
Can I at least have your name?
Do you have a charm or persuasion?
I don't know. Do I? Sure, I might on an 18.
Oh, on an 18, you most probably do.
Yeah, on both of them. I just have to
Pick whichever one's lower.
charm.
I mean, either that or I can intimidate.
Why would you intimidate
Yeah,
a crazy
no, we're good
guy?
on charm.
Because I got 52 in it, man.
He kind of pauses,
That's fair.
and then he looks back at you. He goes, and he kind of rumbles into his coat pocket, and he pulls out a very folded, rumpled card, and he hands it to you. And it says Helmut Grossinger, investigator.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Helmut Grossinger?
Yes.
Like G-R-O?
Ssinger.
Wait, hold on.
Grossinger.
Grossinger. Investigator.
And it has like an address from London in there. But
Is there like a, is this before telephone numbers were used to when, okay, actually back up. That you can do telegraphs. Where it's,
And you can telephone people.
you can telephone, I don't know what the
You
heck happened in the
can.
20s.
People might not have it in their homes, but you can telephone to like their places of work or to other places
Yep.
nearby.
Well,
That would be able
when she goes back to the hotel, she would like to try to telephone
Mhm.
to see if anybody is, is there a significant other or a child or a mother or a person who's been
Sure,
looking
sure.
for this person.
So you would
But
actually
we're still-
probably want to telephone the police back in London. Would be your best bet then.
I mean, I guess, but she also wants to have more information on it.
Right, but
it's
like
not
if
like
if
people
there's a
don't have
miss,
personal telephone numbers.
if there's a missing case, like a missing persons case open on
Oh,
this guy,
okay.
it
I
would
understand.
Be the one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
'Cause
We can come back to Nellie
the
then.
old style, like you call the exchange and say I need this place in London.
Gotcha.
Can do some phone investigations in a bit. So he takes off.
He wanders.
He wanders off.
Pauses, turns around, goes in the other direction.
Okay, we'll try that later. Let's go talk to him. What do you say?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay. I'll see you back at the hotel.
No. Did you not just hear Helmut?
Right, but I think what he said is exactly the direction that we need to go.
No.
He said don't go to the caves.
No, I think we need to speak to everyone else. We need to inform them of this person. We also need to call the police about him. And we also need to make an informed group decision that does not necessitate... Look, I was all for it before, but then I saw him.
So
Do you want to end up like that?
You're going to let some strange drunkard off of the street dissuade you from potentially following a lead with people that aren't expecting us?
That wasn't a drunkard.
Because he had a wrinkly card that says he's an investigator from London.
Why don't we call the police first and see if we can find out anything, and then we can Look,
I don't think we're going to get a drop on
they
these
are
guys.
clearly
like this.
tailing us. It's not like you can't just do this again. Just walk
It
out.
would be hard to
No,
really...
you go into the hotel, we do our thing, you come back out, you go down the block, and then you just go around. In fact, this actually, as you see our friend Helmut, this alley just goes up and down. You can actually come this way, so you can just come right back here. Right to where we're standing.
Can we make it back to the hotel without walking by them?
You could probably sneak into the hotel without them seeing. There are
All that's gonna
cars, there are horses and cabs, so you can wait until an opportune moment to sneak in without them seeing you sneak in.
I I just think at this point it's important if we have a group decision and not just a singular decision. But if you feel that strongly, I can't stop you.
She bats her eyes at you.
Yeah, charm doesn't work as much on me.
I'm not flirting with you.
I've never seen
like you have a
bat
nice,
your
disgusted
eyes
look.
that much at anybody else, so.
It's kind of fair.
I think we can sneak back into the hotel and still have an advantage and get the drop on these guys, so fine. We'll go back. We'll go back.
Alright, you three. Hand and Simulacrum.
I would probably start putting the simulacrum away.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you have to take at least 2 pieces. The torso and the left arm back to your room.
That's annoying. Man. I might wait for the others to walk in, knowing that they would be tailing me. And then as soon as they would come in, I would ask them if anyone was out in the hall before we
that's a
started
good idea.
moving things, so that no one really sees us moving stuff.
Was it this hotel that the bellhop was down the...
Yeah.
He's still down. I mean, there's a new one, but there's one down there.
Oh, can we come that way and try to surprise the bellhop?
You can do whatever you want to him, just not the other ones outside.
Sure.
But
You're gonna be
he's
sneaky?
Probably just a pawn.
Yes.
Alright, roll stealth.
I'm just keeping guard at the door with the revolver out.
Carter's gonna shoot someone. Dude.
I was just thinking in my head.
Unfortunately, as I'm walking down the hall, I bump into a tray or a cart and knock over some glasses or something, so.
So the bellhop turns and sees you then coming up the stairs and just, in Italian, kind of nods respectfully, and you think he says like, "Good afternoon, sir."
Hello.
Buongiorno.
Bonsoir.
Bienvenido. I can't. Nelly just wants to make this. Ni hao!
Ricky would say, it's probably getting near the evening, right?
It's getting, I mean, yeah.
Okay. Ricky would put some money in his hand and say, bring us a couple bottles of wine and
Vino?
some dinner. Yeah.
Si, vino. Okay.
Yeah.
Agua.
Si.
Cafe?
Cafe, si.
Yeah.
Espresso.
Yeah.
Si.
Claro.
Good time. I would peek my head out.
Patisserie.
See.
Actually,
Okay.
no, I would.
Now that they
minutes?
found that there's
30
some
minutes?
language in there.
Right.
Yes.
Musi.
Yes.
Dozo yoroshiku.
Why are we not playing in Japan?
Right?
Something I do actually know. So.
Itadakimasu. We're a bunch of weeds.
Yeah. Mason's head pops out. Gertrude's head pops out.
Probably Gertrude's, because I would probably wait knowing that they were going to come in at some point.
Okay, because you hear voices out in the hall.
Yeah, no, I'm not opening the door.
Oh, you're not? Okay,
No.
just kidding. Nobody pokes their head out. The hall
I'm
is
just
quiet.
Well, then Ricky would say something out loud. All right, thanks. We'll see you in a bit with that food. Great.
See! And the kid goes trotting down the stairs with the
Unlock.
lyre in his hand. Alright, you unlock the door. You come face to face with a muzzle of a gun.
Just puts his finger in it.
Yeah, the safety's still on. You guys realize that if you want to shoot your gun, I will make you roll to see if your safety's on or not?
Unless you say your safety's off.
Right. all of my friends who don't have any gun use on their character sheet, yeah, good luck.
Mine
You.
Mine does too.
You.
But also. Oh wait. I was
an
about to say
exception.
something, and there's people watching that would. I have to think about it carefully, because if I think about remembering things, or if I try to assert something about something, I'll probably be wrong about it. But anyways, moving on.
So as they
remembering things.
Excuse me.
as they walk in, I would ask if anyone was out in the hall
Yes.
currently.
Yeah, we.
Well, no, not anymore. So
Cool.
We
As soon as I hear
sent
that, I'm
him-
gonna stop listening and start grabbing the torso and like.
So
bringing it
yeah,
out.
the torso,
Hey.
the left arm
what are you
are
doing?
in here.
So they were all laid out on the bed, and then there's this like broken.
Oh my gosh, I'm
hand.
kind of imagining like she would put it like on her like crowbar and be like, I found a hand. I don't think she would do that, but
I
I'm
was
just
gonna say,
imagining
I would
that.
I would need some sanity rolls for that one.
Yeah, I don't think I would do
Okay,
that.
so can Nellie take the arm because she actually is the archaeologist, anthropologist, and see if she can date it.
Sure, roll anthropology for me.
I'm gonna hand it to you and be like, hey, I think it's pretty fresh.
Yes, let me just. Oh, by the skin of my. Oh wait,
Hand? Back?
doing it.
It's better.
Yeah, I'm fine. That's a 5. Phew.
Rolled a 5?
Okay.
I pushed
With
it.
Good push.
I'm aware, Mark. It was going to be a funny bit. Okay? Okay.
What?
Anyway.
I mean, that's a
Fun
good
fact,
point.
Gertrude, revolvers have no safety.
However,
It's fine.
the pistols that we have talked about using are semi-automatics. Ricky has a 1911.
She doesn't have one anymore.
She didn't. Okay, I think it was a.
It
was a 9mm
Yeah, you're able to date it.
semi-automatic.
It's
I have
fresh.
Okay.
Just empty of all fluids.
Okay. Yeah, pretty
It's a
careful.
ruby pistol.
And as you kind of
Ruby,
look at the
yeah.
edges, I mean, sure, maybe there's a little bit of blood still in the, rips of the
Sinew.
skin, the sinew. Yeah, it looks like somebody really strong ripped it like a chicken wing.
Can she also just generally investigate? I know they've already done this, but can she also generally investigate it with kind of her knowledge of phenolic at this point?
Yeah, sure. Phenolic probably drained this. You have seen
Okay, well.
ripped bodies,
Okay.
in Milan and Venice
Everywhere.
and, other places.
Rats.
Okay.
Rats, yeah.
Okay. She'll throw it onto a surface. And
Just
she just eats it. Yeah. She'll go. Well, I think the good news is I found out who our mysterious little housekeeper is, and the bad news is now he's bringing things like this in.
It's like a cat.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's just exactly what I was gonna say. Like, are like vampires like cats? Is that what they do? They
Yeah.
bring you the head of prey to show you that they love you? What's going on here?
Make a mythos roll.
Can I also try that? 'Cause
Sure.
Is there an actual
You guys-
mythos?
'Cause I've-
or you
I've
mean
been-
the Cthulhu mythos?
Cthulhu mythos. Okay, you can do Cthulhu mythos if you want to know very specifically about him. If you want to do history, you can pull on lore and other knowledge of vampires throughout the history of the world. Or if you want to do like a psychoanalysis.
So, with my Cthulhu mythos, I got a 48, and we all know I don't have that. I have a 10. I don't want. I've been doing real good with my pushes. I don't want to
Don't.
screw up a
Yeah,
Cthulhu
don't.
mythos 1.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Summon a portal.
Right?
I think I would probably. I'm gonna go for Cthulhu. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but it would be great if I did. I did not.
Okay.
For a second there, I thought it was a fumble, but that's just not how that works.
Nope.
Interesting. He rolled a 50-something. You rolled a 50-something.
I rolled a 68.
Oh. Thought my
I
eyes
mean,
were
I think
working for me.
so. Nellie can still deduce that this is Phenolic. Phenolic is the one who's taking care of the Simulacrum. It's not the Turkish dudes. but then she's gonna segue. Be like, but that leads me to my next thing. The Turkish people outside are very much in a cult. Probably.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of the Skin. We've covered this.
Oh, right. Well, but they. Yes. Right.
You were very nicely bandaged up right now.
Yeah.
I was in the mouth of the temple when all of that went down. But so this man named Helmut Grossinga, I think that would be how you pronounce it if you're British. He gave me this, and she'll like produce the crumpled up card. So he seems to have been a previous investigator. He's gone a little bit cuckoo. He was spouting, don't speak to them, and don't go into the caves, which I was under the impression that we absolutely were going to these caves, so...
Yeah, that's where I was planning on going next.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't go to these caves, but I, as I told Ricky earlier, wanted to make an informed group decision, especially since Ricky's idea, which was originally my idea, was to actually sit down and confront the Turkish gentleman.
Have you guys tried to reach out to the police about that one yet?
No, not yet. Do we have phones in the rooms? No.
I
we
would
have
say
phones.
we
You can go
probably
down
go
to
down.
the desk.
Desk? Okay.
That's probably what I would do. I'd say I'll just go down to the desk and give him a ring and see if I can find anything out.
Okay. So you want to go do that?
No, I don't mind.
Okay, well here's his card if you need his spelling and also his address.
I'd go downstairs. I'd be on the lookout. Mostly for like people trying to listen in or anything like
I'll
that.
go down with Mason
Okay.
actually and try to
Are
run
we Turkish
surveillance
men
programs.
facing with the hotel room, or are we alley facing?
Roll a d20 for me.
I
Or
got
sorry,
you.
roll a
Here.
d12. I just need odds and evens.
5.
Alright, odds was Allie.
Okay. So we're out, so we can't see them. Okay.
That's for the best.
Well, that means they can't see us. Yeah. That's...
So I will keep an eye out for Mason while he uses the phone.
Okay. Alright. So just to make sure that you guys are directed and to know all your options, you have the Brothers of the Skin. And they're tracking you in whatever they want to do. You have Helmut Grossinger and whatever he knows as a crazy person. You have Johann Winkelmann, knowing his death and that he had given some medallions to a family, and this family, the Tremonas, gifted it to the museum in 1910. So you can continue to investigate Johann, you can investigate this family, you can go and check out the Brothers of the Skin, you can go to the caves. Like, you have a lot of different options, but just to kind of remind you of which directions you guys can all go.
I'd like to try and find that medallion and investigate that family. But I'm also happy to like try and take out the skinless people. Skinners. I'm gonna call them the Skinners.
I mean, you're not wrong, so, you know.
Caves, Tremonas, Grossinger. And what am I missing? The cult directly.
The
and
caverns.
what was the name of the family with the medallions?
Termona.
Oh.
Marcus, who is deceased, and his son Antonio Termona. For the friends who are going to do the phone call, give me a luck roll.
Success.
Unfortunately, there's no extreme successes, right?
No, however, you get through to the London Police Department. What are you asking them?
I guess my first question would be, are there any investigators named
Investigators, not necessarily police officers.
Helmut Grossinger that
Okay.
they know of, or a missing person, or something like that?
Do you explain anything, or is it just like
So
a straight
I would
up question?
I would say, hi, I'm at this place,
And traced until
and
you.
I found this person. He seems to have lost some memories.
Right, or at least that's what Nellie said. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was
It's
his
a polite
name.
way of saying
It
it.
sounds like he was investigating something, and he has a card that says he
Okay.
is an investigator.
Well, with your successes, the woman who answers is able to direct you to an officer, a detective actually, who answers, and he lets you know that Helmut Grossinger was once a what was he?
Is this a detective with Scotland Yard or with the Metropolitan Police?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have a preference?
There's a difference?
I mean, yes, there is a very big difference.
What
The Yard is a little bit more prestigious, so it's higher level stuff, so it's more.
What would you guys
ordinary
have called the yard, or would you have called just the police?
I, Jenny, would have called the Yard.
Okay.
I'm not sure what.
Okay,
Richard
I
would-
actually I
fine
feel
with
like
it.
if anybody has an arbitrary knowledge and media of England, just like this one right here, you'd have called the Yard because you don't even know what the heck the Metropolitan Police are.
Cool. I called the yard.
So
Okay.
it's convincing? Cool.
Okay. So the detective that is able to answer you from the yard, he is very interested to hear that Grossinger has reappeared. He was presumed dead about 7 years ago. He does have a wife and son, but they have moved back to Germany after Grossinger's death.
What made them think he was dead?
Missing some other people some other police. The police in Trieste area did investigating and came to the conclusion that he was dead. The Scotland Yard kind of accepted that.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask sort of what he was doing out here investigating.
The detective kind of sighs heavily and says, well, he's pretty much on a scavenger hunt. He claimed to have learned about some supernatural entities and cults. That was kind of his big thing there in London, was investigating the different cults that were popping up. The police had gone to him on 2 separate occasions because this man seemed to be an expert in cult lore. And so there was a murder, and he's like, never mind, you don't need to hear about that.
I would like to know about that.
This was several years before Helmut went missing, and he was able to help direct us to the people responsible because he knew, or he was able to recognize the rituals and the different implementations that had been used.
I see. I'll ask if. Go ahead.
What were those rituals?
Yeah. I would inquire more about like what all information he has on it and how much of it I am privy to.
He kind of sighs and he's like, I mean, you're not really privy to much because you're not a police detective. However, knowing that you think you have found him, I mean, we can send someone down to double check. You say he's a bit lost his mind. Does he have any other identification?
So a few things with this, and I would give them some of the information that I know. I would say, hey, I think that we are actually being followed by one of these cults, and we were approached by him, and he warned us that we were being followed by them. I would also mention that one of my companions has lost a slab of skin. I won't tell them who, but I'll let them know that there is something going on here.
The detective kind of laughs a little and he's like, you should get out of there. You should just come home. Well, you sound American, so go home. And
You sound American.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
I don't have the
He's
accent
a
right now.
Pinkerton agent on.
It's a Pinkerton. You should just go home and forget this mess ever happened. Because frankly, investigating cults and being skinned for them is Well, it's what leads to a lot of young people to go down the wrong path. I can tell you he was investigating the Loigor cult. L-L-O-I-G-O-R.
Sounds Welsh.
G-O-R?
L-L-O-I.
G-O-R.
L-O-I.
G-O-R.
Since hearing that word, would I recognize it as anything relating to the reptilian realm?
I mean, have you heard that word before?
No.
Then no.
Well, I was just thinking with like the murals, and
Right.
walking through the building, and anything like that.
Right, you didn't see that word anywhere.
Okay, cool. I will thank him. I will say yes. We intend to leave rather soon. We have
Post haste.
we do have some business here that we must attend to, but
Finish it as quick as you can.
I do recommend you send someone out here because there's some shady stuff happening.
Alright, you don't happen to have Mr. Grossinger's address while you're out there?
No.
Alright,
Should
we will
she
check
not-
with the hotel that you're at.
Yeah, that's fine, because she never told you that she was gonna have dinner with him tomorrow.
No, I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Go kick a cheap person.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said anything about that.
That's okay.
Okay.
I had just a baseline success on spotting to look around to make sure no one was listening in.
No one was listening in.
Okay.
Mainly because you were standing there, like, watching them, so nobody could really get close enough to listen in. Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Okay. Alright. So, Ricky, in about 30 minutes, there's a knock on the door. And standing next to Mason and Gertrude is two different servers
Get
with a trolley, some wine, some espresso, some water, and some different pastries.
Pastries for dinner. Okay.
Oh, dinner. Oh, we will fix this. Because the young boy you spoke to had
No idea.
no
what
idea
you were
what else
asking.
you wanted besides wine.
I mean, I said food, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
And so they go, oh, you don't wish to eat in our dining room?
Not tonight.
Oh, okay. Yes, we will.
We-
How many dinners? 5?
Yes, 5 dinners. We spent all day at the museum. We're just very tired.
It is a wonderful
Would
museum.
much
no?
rather sup in here.
Lamb is okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. Cool. The notes we get, guys. All right. So they will leave. They'll come back with dinner. So it is 7:43 here in Colorado Springs. So why don't we decide where you guys are heading next time, and then close out for tonight? Because unfortunately, next time will not be next week, but the week after. I will be out of town. Warhammer 40k will be playing on Monday night.
Neat.
Here, with a whole bunch of new fun people.
You said
Super
nude?
fun.
I don't think we can do that. Oh, new fun people.
You know, whatever.
I'm pretty sure the other would not run on Twitch.
Right.
Ooh, it's a new chat reward. That's fun. So what would you guys like to do? If you could explain that, JD, so I can explain it. I would love to see that. What is the plan for tomorrow in Trieste?
Sneak out.
We need to talk to
Karate
the
chop.
guy. Is that a
Oh.
lunch date?
That's dinner.
Dinner.
She did dinner in case we went to the caves.
Okay, so do we want to try and check out the caves first?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the daylight.
Do we want to go talk to some Turkish people?
Oh,
Because Gertrude
maybe.
would totally be on board with that.
I think in the grand scheme of going to the caves, because we're kind of like, yeah, we should probably go and do this and investigate. It's going to be gnarly and whatever.
Not.
Maybe we can do some other preparations.
Yeah, not to throw off the cave idea though. Maybe if we do do something like trying to find the other not amulet.
The ninth
Medallion.
amulet, because I think, the medallion, 'cause the ninth one's missing.
Since
Eighth one's missing.
Yeah, since Grossinger told us not to go to the caves, maybe we hold off until we get more information from him.
Yeah.
And I
That's
would have
fair.
come back and relayed all the information I'd gotten from the police. And knowing that there's the Lugor? What's the cult?
Loigor?
Loigor. The Loigor cult is another cult that we should probably try and research. So we could go that route if we want to wait until we have more information on the cave.
And if Grossinger was deemed an expert by the Yard, there odds are there's some form of publication that he did.
So we could go and try and find that sort of information.
Ask your fellows at the university to
My fellows.
pull some things.
Fellow scholars.
Right.
I could also try to set up a little bit of a situation for the Turkish gentleman by posting an advert that I have these rare Turkish statues for sale.
I think that might be outside of the time frame. That's a good thought. My thought in the grand scheme of things is we should, if we're going to go to the caves, based on Helmet's mad ramblings, there's some connection to it. We should probably bum rush these Turks, give them what for,
Before we go to the caves.
and then go to the caves.
Yeah.
Right. We should make our preparations to go to the caves, and step one is grab them, drag them into the alley, beat them senseless, or, intimidate, interrogate, something. I mean, I don't know. Set them on fire? You like setting things on fire, right?
I don't have a lot of experience with that, but I probably come up with something.
Okay, see, there we go. Just needed to find the hook to get you. Crowbar, arson,
I haven't had a chance to practice my inventing skills in a while. That would probably be fun. I could invent
Got something good to
I
pull.
think the arson was
Fingernails off?
incidental. Because she accidentally blew up the lab. She didn't intentionally for funsies.
Right. Wink. It was accidental. Wink.
Yeah, it was totally accidental.
But still.
Oh, I guess so. I thought it was.
It was. It's just embarrassing.
It was. It's just an ongoing thing. Like,
Yeah.
I have to make a joke about it. Anyways. Even if we get nothing out of them, we would at least know there's 2 less people in the fight.
Yeah.
Or 2 less people to know that we were coming. Or or however many are camped out and doing whatever. At least it's a way that we could make it so they don't have a warning signal. Like, oh, they left the hotel, they're headed that way, or, That's for everybody's
So
benefit, my thoughts
We could
about
bait
that.
the trap with the statues, and then, like...
She just really wants to use the statues.
Where are those statues?
They're in my luggage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tight. Just like the ring.
Yeah. No, the ring's in my pocket.
Okay.
Frodo Baggins style.
Right.
Alright. Okay. That's all I got.
So you guys think you know what you're gonna do?
Phone investigation, talk to Helmet. Discuss
Yeah.
the phone investigation. Talk to Helmet. Eat some pastries.
Research helmets. Research.
Make sure she doesn't get infection.
Caves.
Google.
Caves.
Do we want to do caves, or are we doing...
I thought we were gonna wait until we talked to Helmet at this point.
Okay, that's kind of what I was leaning towards, but...
Well, yeah, but
We also don't want the
Really wanna
Turks to
go to
follow
the
us to the caves.
Yeah.
That would be really bad.
Yeah,
Right.
That would be...
We want to go to the caves. We want to get more intel first, and we want to beat up the Turkish guys before going to the caves.
Yep.
Okay.
So
You
no
don't have
caves
to
next
play
week.
ball.
Or next session.
We might, maybe. I
We
don't know.
should
gonna be
try
great.
and look for one of the specific things. So whether it's looking at the caves or finding a medallion. I think those were the 2 bigger things, right?
Ricky would say, "Here's $50 that we're gonna find that stuff at the caves.
Aw.
Track of that.
$50. I'll write it down."
Are you good with that?
$50.
You want to go to the caves?
I mean, it's fine. I don't, yeah.
Okay. We can go to the caves.
I just don't want to bring the Turks with us.
Yeah.
Okay, so beat up the Turks, go to the cave. Talk to the guy who tells us not to go to the cave.
Yes.
That's
After we go to the
cave.
After we've already been to the cave.
Talk to the guy who tells us not to go to the cave, or talk to the Turks. Then go talk to the Turks. Then go to the caves, like he said not to do.
Oh god.
It's gonna be a great adventure next time, Becca.
I feel like this needs to be renamed to the Misadventures of
We're still alive so far.
So
of these dumb
I-
investigators.
The
who-
gaggle of cats.
Probably, like,
Yeah.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit.
definitely Helmund is going to be dead as a doornail. No. By tomorrow. I'm
Huh.
calling it now, guys.
Alright, make your bets.
I got $50 on not finding something in the cave. Not finding medallion?
Medallion, yeah.
I really hope everybody's keeping track of this because someone's gonna win $50.
I mean, in the game.
Yeah,
Like I
no,
said,
we're not
I'm
winning our money
Okay.
I'm
here.
aware it's in game.
Right.
Let's make this real, guys. Put it on the table.
I don't think I have any paper
We
money.
don't have a gambling license.
Okay, fine. Never mind. Don't put it on the table. Take it all back.
Hypothetical gambling.
Yeah, fake money.
Wink.
Or get some Monopoly money. Oh my land.
All right, cool. This has been a productive adventure.
Sure,
Producer agrees.
I enjoy this group, and I hope you guys all enjoy watching this group. Thank you so much for those of you who did, who stuck through it. Especially thank you to Rook. You dropped a whole bunch of bits and subs tonight, and we really appreciate that. Apparently, Rookette also bets 300 bits that Ricky gets stabbed at least twice by an orphan. I will make that happen.
That's not fair.
Just for you.
That's just not fair.
It'll be a fair fight. But if there's 50 orphans,
Can they be adult orphans? Orphans could be adults, because I feel really bad about shooting a street urchin
no
in
one
the
ever
chest.
asked Gertrude what happened to her parents.
that's true. You do have an orphan here.
House fire, huh? Here, just stab me twice in the arm and get it over with and stitch it up.
But thank you to all of our viewers. Thank you so much to Rook. Thank you so much to Phantom for moderating the chat, and for everybody who jumped in, including Mark with his amazing gun knowledge, and which is why I will try not to do anything for a bit. But we appreciate you and everything that you guys do, watch, and say while we are playing our game. A huge shout out to JD, who without we would be lost and confused and probably not on the air, to be honest. Thanks again to Kelly Peck, who does our beautiful frames. She makes us look good. She also did a whole bunch of that tarot card art over in Redbubble with the iconic production store. Thank you. I was going through all the different words. Website, shenanigans. Yes.
Japanese, English, French,
Yeah.
Dutch.
Oh, we unlocked some new art over on Redbubble tonight, which is awesome. I think I was hearing some calls for the Takan art, which is traumatizing and terrifying. So please go check it out over on Redbubble. If you want to check out anything else that we do, you can check out you can check out Chaosium.com for Call of Cthulhu things. Their books are beautiful, their adventures are fun. We are running through horror on the Orient Express, one of their main campaigns. And we really hope you guys have been having fun watching this. Also, thank you so much to Petrie's Game Store as we return to gaming in studio and within our community. We're very grateful for the support that Petrie's Family Game Store has given to us. You'll soon be able to get some of the amazing merchandise you see here on screen. If you have a family-friendly local game store in your own town, please visit them, show them some love. If you don't, check out Petrie's here in Colorado Springs. They are friendly, they are like family, and they are our local game store. They're lovely. Thank you to everyone who supports us. If you would like to do so, You can like us on YouTube or Twitch. You can subscribe to us. And you can, throw bits at us, apparently. Ricky gets bits thrown at him apparently now all the time.
Okay, bit boy.
Right? You're 300 bits? I don't know.
That's for me getting stabbed, and you were basically guaranteeing that it's going to happen.
Oh, I'm so
That's
mad.
not fair. Time to start.
I really
shooting
appreciate
NPCs.
everybody who has been watching. As we'll probably have one more session as the group goes to the caves. So yes, as I said, next week on Monday you will not see us playing Call of Cthulhu. There will be a Warhammer 40k game. On Tuesday and Thursday, however, on the Ulysses International channel, you can check out a whole bunch of us playing Torg on Tuesdays, Fading Suns on Thursdays. We're not playing this Thursday.
Yes, I knew that.
It does make it better, and I will totally make it happen. And yes, you also get
I know where you
podcasts
live,
on
sir.
13th Age.
You're gonna be on a plane with us, sir.
I know he is. He's showing up next week.
Well, no, Brooke is
on
gonna be on a plane flying with us back to here. Oh, after Labor Day.
Yeah, good luck.
With this
On
one specifically.
Friday here on the Iconic Production channel, you can watch our 5th edition game, It Gets Worse Adventures of Deborah Can, which is absolutely correct. It does get worse. But again, thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your love, your attention, because we need it, and hanging out with us all night. Hope you have a lovely evening and a wonderful week, and we will see you in 2 weeks here for more Call of Cthulhu. Have a lovely evening. Good night.